I know, right? That'd be nice.
Yeah, I just want to sit in front of the mic and not do things.
Right.
What happened?
I'm sitting in front of the mic and not doing anything.
Me too, me too. See, it was so natural, I didn't even know what to do.
Pay us for that. Patreon.com/IG Studios. Did I not? I didn't. Okay, that's fine. This is not going to be on Facebook Live, apparently. Alrighty. How are you?
I'm good. I'm starting a new show with you. It's two dudes wearing gunners and flannel.
And vaping.
We'll just call it the Hipster Doofus Show. The HDS.
Douche canoe. Hashtag douche canoe.
That's right.
There we go. Is this going to work? I don't know. I guess we'll wing it and try it. I guess. Yeah, maybe. Are we there? Do we have Twitch chat? I don't have Twitch chat up.
No.
Why don't I have Twitch chat up?
I don't know.
Exited host. Yeah, I exited a bunch of host modes. All right. There we go. We're there. Pause that. We don't need that going. I'm not overly concerned with social media stuff.
No.
Not for this particular show. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. How's our volume? I think our volume is good. There
I thought
we
it
go.
was pretty good.
That sounds a little bit better. All right, cool. Let's put a marker. Nope, I have to click on it. Make sure that is the selected program. Too many monitors. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the WWE Payback review episode of That Was Awesome. I am joined by Brandon. Brandon, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. You know, it's funny. For as much as we do this show, which isn't much, really, compared to the marathons that we used to have,
Right.
the overlay is, I think it's my favorite one. It's so cool.
It is, I do like it. It's a fun overlay. It kind of puts us on, I don't know what they call it now, the Titantron is what it used to be.
The Tron. Now, you talk about fun. You know what I didn't have a lot of fun doing tonight?
Watching this horrible pay-per-view.
Watching Payback.
However, and I said it during the match, and it happened, there's one thing that saved the whole pay-per-view. But we will talk about that later.
We will.
Let's start off with the first match. In what do they call it? They call it they don't call it the pre-show.
No, but that's what it is.
It's,
I mean,
right.
it's, you know.
I forget what they call it. The early show, the early access show. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. I don't know about you. I am sick of both of these teams.
Right. It's like I said there. I am so over Enzo, and you can't teach that.
No, you can't.
Dude, you know, it's funny, like, I follow them on social media here and there, and according to Instagram, he and Finn Balor are like good buddies.
Right.
And I don't think I could hang out with Enzo.
See,
he's got buggy eyes and he freaks me out. He's Jersey, dude. Some Jersey bro. I don't get it.
I put in the notes there. I think that actually Cass looked pretty good during the match, surprisingly.
Right. Now, honestly, I just was not very interested and didn't pay much attention to the match.
Right.
So.
Cass looked pretty good. When he finally got in the ring, he was spot on. It wasn't bad at all.
I'm not making any bones. Like, they're not bad wrestlers.
No.
I'm not into the gimmick.
And I think I've mentioned this on other episodes. Enzo would do really well in singles competition in 205 Live.
Yeah.
Get him in 205 Live, get him away from Cass. Like, I get their character gimmick, whatever. You know what it is? There's a lot of parallels. Like, he is very much draws.
Yes.
There's also, you could make the parallel, not to compare any of them in skill, but you could make the parallel to HBK and Diesel.
Yep.
You know, there's that parallel. So the little dude, big dude team comp, it's been going on since the early 90s.
Were draws and tests ever a thing? I know you had,
Draws and Test? No, you had Test and Albert.
yeah, I know you had
You
TNA,
had TNA, yeah. No, I don't believe so. But, so, yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure. I don't believe so, though. But anyway, yeah, so there's that. That's there. As far as Gallows and Anderson, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, when they first came out, I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Bullet Club, Bullet Boys, whatever you want to call them.
yeah, but now they have nothing to do with
No.
any of that, and they just
Well,
they have
and
no. There's nothing to
The
them.
rumor is that it's coming. So you've got the Balor Club, and you've got the Bullet Club, and you've got Bullet Boys, again, like I mentioned 30 seconds ago.
Right.
But now there's rumors, okay, so is it going to be Gallows and Anderson and Balor? Is it going to be Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles? Like,
Well, did you
I don't
catch
think
the-
AJ or Balor need either of them.
They don't. They're bigger than that now. But did you catch the whole thing with the Miz?
I did, yeah,
Yeah,
when he
okay.
called the crowd the Balor Club.
Right.
Right. I think that's what it should be. It
Right.
shouldn't be. You don't need like they don't fit the aesthetic. They don't
Nope.
fit the style.
Nope.
There's rumors going around right now that Balor's going to have a lot more demonic things coming out of him. I think Gallows and Anderson would just slow that right down.
They would.
That would be like teaming up the Outsiders with the Undertaker.
Right.
It just doesn't work. But it was a quick match. It ended clean. Whatever. Yeah. What were you saying about King and retiring? How he announced everything wrong?
Oh yeah, he was giving us the layout of the night, and he just kept getting the matches wrong. He had Strowman versus Reigns, but it wasn't. It was straight. I can't even get it out right. I don't even know what he said, but it was just all wrong, and he kept having to go back. And then when he was talking to the guy with the freaky hair, that kind of freaks me out. They kept stepping over each other, and like nobody could talk.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
No, I mean, it's an announced team very similar to podcasting. You need people that kind of meld together well.
Yeah, they have to gel, and
Yeah.
not only that,
King
like,
and JR were great.
right, and they had their time, and now you're trying to put King in there with people who are young up and comers in the announcing team, right?
Right.
And it just, I don't know, it's not working. For
Yeah,
me.
no. And for those that don't know, Papa Roach is still a thing, and they got their name after Jacoby Dick's grandfather.
Yeah, I asked about that. Big Roach,
It's in the show notes.
the granddaddy Roach.
So let's see, what was next? Next we had, so that was the Finn thing with Balor's a badass until you see his kicks. Are his kicks weak?
Did you see his shoes?
Oh, like his sneakers.
Yeah, he was wearing like
Oh,
Keds,
like
man.
oh, you were calling his sneakers kicks.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah. I wondered if you'd get that when I wrote it.
This is all about getting in deep. Yeah, yeah. And I went to Balor Club. I like the new font for Balor Club.
Yeah,
It's really
those,
cool.
Yeah, I meant to tell you those shirts are buy two
Buy
get one
two,
free.
get one for a buck.
Yeah,
Yeah, tonight only, I think.
$50. No, 2 more days.
Oh, is it? Nice.
I have them in my cart. Are you an XL?
Not much longer.
Don't be like that.
What do you mean? Don't be like that.
You're bigger than me anyway. I'm a large. You're a bigger guy than
That
me.
tank top that I had on for the show Friday night that was too big was an XL.
Do you want to wear my clothes?
No.
They're cleaner than yours.
I just gotta work.
Boom, dead end.
Yeah, right. All right. Anyway, yeah, looking at the shop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we start off the pay-per-view proper with Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens.
And I totally agree with what you said. They work better on the mics together than they do in the ring together.
They do. I started off by saying I'm surprised this is the opening match. By the end of it, I was no longer surprised.
I hope that's the end of that feud, man. They need. To
I
move
think
on to
Jericho's
other
done.
things.
He's going on tour again.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. I need him to go back to fighting Sami Zayn, man.
Fozzy just debuted a new song and music video.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Very cool.
So, I do like Kevin's Face of America gimmick, although it looks really weird on the walkout platform because his face looks really like he looks like a hut because the way
Potato.
it stretches his. But yeah, no, like you had mentioned that I said and you agreed. Yeah, no, they have great mic chemistry because they're both really good on the mic.
Right.
Their styles don't match in the ring. It
So-
just doesn't work.
We get to the end of that match, and I had written. He put him in the walls a couple times.
Yeah.
And he actually won that way. He won by a submission. Jericho did.
Oh, so Jericho won his belt back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he's not done then.
I'm sorry.
That's
Didn't mean
fine.
to crack my knuckles. It's habit. Anyway, I was glad that he won by submission, just because a lot of times the submission is kind of just something to progress the match along.
Right.
And it'll be, oh my god, submission, and then they'll do the Rock thing. You know, is it the Rock or is it
The
HBK?
Hogan thing?
But yeah, any
The
of
shake to life?
them. Oh, and they come
Yeah.
back and get out of it. Like, you're really cheapening the submission moves.
Right.
And you had somebody like Benoit, with the crippler, or somebody like that, then it had leeway or the sharpshooter or anything, but
Sharpshooter, ankle lock,
right. The walls
crossface.
of
Yeah.
Jericho should mean more. Like that should finish a match, and it did, and I'm happy to see that. That
Right.
was an upside for the night for me.
Yeah, you don't really see many matches finishing with submissions anymore unless it's like in an angle.
Right.
You don't you again, like you said, it's the power out. It's the shit moment.
Right. Are there really a lot of people on the roster now that have submission finishers?
Not as a finisher, no.
No, there's not really any, right?
Not really.
Not a lot of technical.
It's all
wrestling
high
going
impact.
on.
Like
Yeah.
I mean a lot of the lighter guys are technical high impact, but it's
Yeah,
still
but
high
it's-
impact.
yeah.
Speaking of high impact,
Heyo.
we go into Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys. It wasn't a bad match, but the Hardys are definitely showing their age.
I didn't really watch that match. I was outside when that happened.
Yeah, they're not rusty, but they're slower, which you could expect. They're in their 40s.
Right.
But it wasn't bad. Hardys won. They're gonna. I don't think we're gonna see the Hardys for too long. I think.
No, I think it's just a nostalgia pull.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see them carry the belt for a little while. If I had to put money on it, I'd say that we're gonna see them carry the belt until TLC. They'll carry it for the rest of the
Yeah,
year.
and that'll be their grand finale.
Yeah.
Now just bring Edge and Christian back.
Edge can't wrestle. Otherwise, that would be awesome.
It'd be great.
So, but yeah, Sheamus and Cesaro looked good. I still say that while I think those two are great individual performers, we've talked Cesaro several times where he just doesn't have the aesthetic to be a title runner. So I think having them teamed up is good for Cesaro. I also think that both rosters are very cluttered right now, almost to where I dare say they might be able to use a third show
Right.
other than NXT. But I mean,
I wonder if they have the ratings to merit a third show at this point.
don't think they have the ratings to merit two. I don't think they care.
Judging by WrestleMania, though, I mean, it was pretty hyped and pretty well watched.
Right.
Especially, I mean, look at the celebrities that watched that show.
That's true.
Now, at the end, they went back and beat the Hardys up. Now, I wonder if that signals a heel turn for Cesaro.
I thought they were always kind of the heels.
I don't know. They seemed pretty babyface in the interview beforehand.
Did they?
But maybe.
I think they're heels that won over the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Well,
see that.
Cesaro, heel or face, because I mean that was their gimmick for a little while. Was Cesaro would get cheered and Sheamus would get booed.
Right.
Because everybody loves Cesaro. He's the Superman. I forget what's his nationality,
I don't know. Italian?
or maybe I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know what he is. But regardless, like, if it is a heel turn, then that's like your first step toward breaking that tag team up, right? Because inevitably when they get mad at each other over time.
Right.
Somebody will fuck up, screw the other guy over like always happens, and they'll break up.
Right.
Then they'll have a pay-per-view and they'll have a match, and
Is that what they're calling the tag team, Cesaro?
that's what they called them in the interview.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So the next one, I admit I didn't see much of. That's when because I watched the first half of the shows on my iPad at work. So I was getting ready to pack up, but it was Bliss versus Bailey, and all I can say is I'm very happy that Bliss won.
I missed the beginning of the match. The part that I saw was great. A lot of back and forth. It got pretty brutal in the middle. Neither one could win, and they got frustrated. Never mind kayfabe, just enjoy the match. And there was a lot of punching and knees. It was a good match. I like Alexa Bliss a lot. I'm glad that she won.
Yep. Bliss is great. And I don't know,
and
Bailey's
gorgeous. And gorgeous.
Bailey's a good performer, but I don't like her gimmick. The whole hugging thing needs to go.
No, I don't like it either.
No. So then after that was what? The first half of the House of Horrors,
Mm-hmm.
which was pre-recorded crap.
Yes.
Right. Do you want to talk about it a little bit? Because I didn't see it at all.
So in my eyes, they watched gay porn and Blair Witch 2 and mashed it all together. They had Randy Orton show up shirtless and greased up in black pants like Stewie Griffin at a gay rave. He walked into an abandoned house with Blair Witch twig figures and dolls hung from the ceiling. Bray was waiting for him. They had a fight. Wyatt dropped a fridge on him and got into the limo and said, "Take me to the arena." Now, one of our listeners had said to me that it was very much like a WCW graveyard match, which I had never seen. But apparently the winner is the first one to make it back to the arena. Now, it's up in the air as to who that was. Was it Orton or was it Wyatt? because
Well, they
Orton
didn't.
was definitely waiting for him there, but that's not really how you won the match anyway.
No, yeah. So they ended up having the extension in the ring,
Right.
which still sucked. Now, I mean, we can talk about this now, or we can talk about it when we talk about the actual match. Up to this point, so we had WrestleMania, we had the burning down of the house, we have the House of Horrors match. At this point, do we think that we're just kind of wishful thinking when it comes to a Sister Abigail reveal? Like, I mean, you
Well,
think we would have
everyone
seen
I
her by
talk
now,
to,
right?
yeah, I'm starting to think that, but everyone I talk to say it's coming. So it's still on people's minds in terms of the audience. I
Then
don't
why
know
are they
what they're
throwing the
actually
stupid
doing.
Jinder Mahal character into the
Dude,
mix?
I don't know.
He is so horrible.
Now that you've said that, I get it. Like, people are happy. Some people I talk to are happy that they have Orton in two different feuds at once.
Right.
I
They used to do stuff like that.
Yeah, but the Jinder Mahal thing, I just don't like
No,
it.
and the aesthetic doesn't fit.
No, and where they had the whole, like I said before, the mystical and horror thing, and then they bring in like True Lies terrorism. I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like that. So then we went into Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe.
Which I was driving here while that was going
Yeah,
on.
I caught the tail end of it. I have found since his debut, like I never really saw him much on NXT. Since his debut in the main roster, I have found Samoa Joe to be lackluster. I know Samoa Joe has been in the business for a long time. I know he has a lot of fans, and he's very well liked. I don't see what's so impressive about him. He's just another big dude that hits hard. I don't get it. Yeah, he can do a lot of cool things. He's a little bit more agile than your average big dude, but he's still just a big dude.
Yeah, I don't know. None of
but
that's working
he,
for me, man.
quote
But
unquote,
again, like, it might be specific to tonight. Tonight just didn't really work for me as a whole. But
right. He quote unquote injured Rollins' leg. Rollins had a bummed leg. They favored that for like probably the last half of the match.
Right.
Ended up hitting his new finisher and then finished off in one. So then after that, we got the House of Horrors match proper in the ring. Basically, very one-sided Orton. I mentioned to you while we were here watching it off air. I think Orton should go with the whole like wrestling, like like the pants.
Yeah.
The belted pants, no shirt. I think that makes him look more badass. I think it's like, as we said, when it came to a wrestler style, I've always been more a fan of the street clothes wrestling than the spandex wrestling.
Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that's because I came up in the Attitude Era, and that's how everybody dressed. Seeing Triple H come out looking like a biker and kicking some ass, Stone Cold, same thing.
Same idea. And then, with the modern ones, you've got your Ambrose. I mean, Stone Cold, he still had the trunks, but it was just something different about the way he carried it.
Right.
Probably because they weren't flashy.
No.
They didn't have his name all over them.
No.
The guy just came out in black underwear and beat people up.
Yeah. And that's really that's all you want out of life, really.
A guy coming out in black underwear and beating you up.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've always been a fan of the, again, even Billy Kidman from WCW. The denim shorts and the white wife beater.
Yep.
I've always because it pulls it more away from the quote unquote amateur wrestling, like the Olympic wrestling, and it makes it more like, because you have these guys, and again, kayfabe, fake, real, whatever, but you have these guys that are in this feud with each other because of this or that or whatever. Okay, or let's even go further back further. Let's go back to like the 90s and the 80s, or let's look at Kane's original character, Sir Isaac Yankem. The dentist is going to come out in spandex. The Undertaker is going to wear spandex.
Right.
The Undertaker should be in black leather pants and a tank top.
Right.
The spandex ruins the whole, when he finally went back to the black leather pants a couple of years before retiring. But like when he would walk out in like the trench coat and the hat and then take it off and have like this like body tight like it totally ruined it.
Yeah.
He was no longer scary.
Yeah, it wasn't scary.
No. So then we get into our final match, which is arguably the match that saved the whole thing.
Only because of the outcome.
Right. Braun Strowman beat the living fuck out of Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Which is finally nice to see.
I'm glad that, like you said, you had mentioned if he hadn't won, he would have just been reduced to another big guy, depowered by somebody nobody liked.
Right.
And I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that he totally destroyed Reigns, and the crowd was thankful for it.
Yeah, so we thought it was going to be same old, same old. It was the spear. It was a Superman punch. It was a Superman punch. And then when he went for the third one, Strowman caught it. He botched a move a little bit, but caught it back up and finished it. ended up getting Roman for the 3 count. So the man that beat Undertaker lost to Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It's
but
weird, right? I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point. What does that mean?
I don't know. Strowman should have fought the Undertaker.
Again, I was talking to Matt Stein before this, and we had talked about that a little bit, and he said what we already know is that the writers and whatnot, the behind the scenes guys are just tired of trying to get Reigns over.
Right.
Which I can see that, but I mean, man.
Did you know
they should have figured that shit out before that Taker match?
So anyway,
Could they not find anybody better to retire Taker to?
I was gonna talk about that, but let me. So anyway, so as far as the end of the match, he finished him 1, 2, 3. He got the steel stairs from the outside. He beat him up some more, and while he was beating the hell out of Roman, the entire arena was chanting "Thank you, Strowman," and that was the best part of the night. Everybody in the arena, whether they cheered for Jericho or Owens or Orton or Wyatt or Bayley or Alexa Bliss, everybody in that arena was chanting "Thank you, Strowman." He unified the entire crowd.
That makes me happy, man.
As
much as he destroyed him, we're not gonna have to see him for a while unless he comes out tomorrow night. Is he a SmackDown guy?
Was Roman? That SmackDown? No, that was Raw.
Okay, so if he comes out tomorrow night all beat up, I don't want to see that.
Wait, was that Raw?
Don't do that.
Yeah, that was Raw because Shinsuke's SmackDown.
Yeah, and Jericho's going to SmackDown now.
Yeah. So as far as the Roman thing, I was reading Undertaker handpicked Roman to finish it. Roman didn't want to. And he said, no, this is my last match. You're retiring me. And Roman didn't want to. If you go back and watch the match, before he hits the last spear, he says, I'm sorry.
Really?
So, yeah.
So, does that mean that Reigns has the respect of the wrestlers but not the fans?
He does. He's an incredible performer. And he's incredible behind the scenes.
Do you think if they just gave him a better gimmick, we'd get behind him?
They need to get him away from the Shield shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe this is a time of reinvention then.
Maybe. That would be nice. He disappears for a couple months.
Comes back.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We'll see.
That was it. I don't know. If it wasn't, if this was back in the day when I had to pay for a pay-per-view, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
The fact that it's part of the network, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I don't know about you, but even then, I'm a little bit miffed with the network because I only watch it once a month and I pay $10. Better than a $50 pay-per-view.
Right.
But,
Yeah. Could be better, could be worse. There are things. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. Now, that being said, and all that out of the way, I want to take a second, like we do in every pay-per-view, to suck our own dicks. I love these mics.
Right. They sound good, don't they?
It's... Considering we started out and I was...
No. Now you can just sit back here.
No, it's great.
Yeah. I'm kind of halfway between. I don't quite do the lean back thing, but I'm
only doing that now because I have an armrest now and
right.
I don't know, it's just how I sit, so. But anyway,
I sit hunched up.
Yeah. Let's bunch up together.
So we've got Backlash in 3 weeks.
Yep.
May 21st.
We'll see how we feel after all of our travels that weekend.
That's the weekend after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do have that's going to be the only show that weekend because that Friday is Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Right.
So we have wrestling Saturday night. We have the concert Sunday. We'll be back Monday and then work. And then Free Beer and Hot Wings morning show and night show on Friday.
Mm-hmm. And
then nothing Saturday. And then pay-per-view and pay-per-view review on Sunday.
What do we have going on the Friday night before the concert?
No, we have a show.
Right.
That's Diced Tomato.
I'll have Steve. Will I be able to bring Steve?
Yeah, Steve can come along. Okay. Cool. All right, are we done?
I'm done.
Do we want to do the intro for the outro?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We forgot to do. Oh shit! I don't have it loaded up. I forgot to bring Joey Image bumpers over.
Oh, it's okay.
I totally forgot we
Next
had
time.
that. Was awesome bumpers.
See, we have so much cool stuff we can't keep track of it.
Well, I haven't moved everything to the iPad yet.
Next time,
All
Joey.
right, cool. See you guys in 3 weeks.
price to pay.